going on, people? It's your boy Marv and
Oni Francis.
And this is another edition of Welcome to My Hood Film. Oni.
Yeah.
Oni, you made this happen, bro. You got us the super upgrade today.
Yeah, man. It was touch and go for a second. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was literally up all night. I like, fuck.
I came in here like, whoa, I was not expecting this at all.
I didn't want to go back to the other place. I'm like, let's do something different.
No, it's understandable. Here we are. We are in New York. We in the city.
Yeah,
City
WTF Studio.
WTF Studios out here in the city that never sleeps, New York. And we are doing our thing once again. We had to get a special summertime episode for y'all. We are recording live. This is on YouTube. Is one of our recorded episodes that we've done in the past, but now we got a little more comfortable setting. You know, we can sit down and talk and vibe out with our guests over here. But basically, what we do is this is Welcome to My Hood Films podcast, where me and my good friend Oni, we review basically and discuss some of the latest and greatest in the hood films genre, a movie genre that nobody is really sure even exists. So we just made a mission to...
All the rappers skip past the hood films and go straight to...
Yeah.
They don't need to do
there
that.
You go.
More. Those days are done. Those days don't exist. Like Jordan Peele got you. Don't worry about it.
We just decided that we were going to basically make it our mission to put the world onto the hood one film at a time. You could do it through music, but we like to do it through movies. You know what I'm saying? So this time we decided to get ourselves a legendary classic film, one of the hood films that actually made it into theaters, but also bombed in the theaters.
Did it? Damn.
Yeah, it commercially was a failure.
Damn.
However, it was a star-studded affair, and that movie was known as
Soul Plane?
Soul Plane. That's right. Came out, I believe, 2004?
Let's check.
2004, had Kevin Hart in it, had Monique in it.
Method Man.
Method Man in it. It had Redman in it. No, it didn't have Redman. I'm sorry.
No, he wasn't in this one.
He was not in this one. Yeah, Snoop.
Yeah, it was 2004. Good.
Yeah, Godfrey, Tom Arnold, so many others. It was a star-studded movie. It was basically our version of the movie Airplane. I don't know if y'all remember that. Airplane, Leslie Nielsen, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and so many others. So that was more of a spoof film. This was not really that much of a spoof film, but it was a goofy film.
Yeah.
So it wasn't meant to be taken serious, but it still was just stereotypically like, oh, here we go again. You know? So do you remember when this film first was like appearing in screens and stuff? Did you go see it in theaters?
Nah. One of the reasons why I bombed.
Oh.
He couldn't hold you. This was before Kevin Hart was super big. I'm like, that's not going to be good.
I saw it in theaters.
Okay.
Yeah. Paid money and everything.
Did you like it?
I like the beginning because Kevin Hart is, at the time, he was a low-key funny dude. This was before he blew up. And I really thought he was a really funny dude. And then the movie continued. And, it wasn't his fault, to be fair. It was not his fault. The movie was not good.
He was the most normal person in that.
He was more of the straight man.
Yeah.
But it just, here we are. Everybody tried. They played their part. It just wasn't a good film overall. The finished product was not good. So
you should have waited till it came on BET like I did.
Oh, I wish I did. But I took a girl to see it, so wasn't a lot of movies to go see at the time when you're a young black man. Yeah. So that was just where we were. But anyway, like we said, folks, we do not do this for our health. We do this to put the world on to the hood, one film at a time. And we got another person that chose to take on that mission with us and watch the film. Go ahead, state your name.
Hello, I'm Alise Morales. So happy to be here. This is first time viewer of Soul Plane.
Okay.
Wow, what a ride.
It's 2022, folks.
I know. I've really been thinking about how, because I was very aware of this movie. I was surprised to hear that it bombed, because in my mind, it was like a very popular movie, but that I had just never seen, because I feel like it was on TV all the time.
Yep.
But I was saying to you guys, my dad like ruled over the TV in a very specific way where like, there were no stated rules about what we were allowed to watch or not. But if you were watching something that was like too raunchy or crazy, he would just kind of like stomp around and be like really like annoying and weird until you turned it off.
Turn it off. He was passive aggressive about it.
Yeah, he would just be
weird.
like, "What is this? Trash," and like just like be making comments. You know, like he won't he wouldn't let you watch in peace.
Oh,
So it's
those
like
assholes. That's worse.
It is.
Tell me to turn it off.
It is worse. I'm like, just tell me I'm not allowed to like watch that. Like just because instead he would just kind of like grumble around and be like, "What's on in my own house on my TV?" I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Just tell me what I'm allowed to watch. So I think
Did you grumble at mostly the black channels?
That's a really good question. I think that there's.
I was fucking around. Shit. He's like, shit.
I'm like, wow, that is a really deep question. I do remember him making me turn off Best Week Ever and like a lot of VH1
Okay,
stuff,
all right.
so I know.
He was doing like young people shit.
Yeah, it was just
All
anything
right.
like if he heard like if there was like a lot of beeped out stuff and he could hear the beeps, he would be like, "Why is all that beeping? And that's not right." And I'm just like, it's so weird because my parents really weren't very strict, but he would get all weird about it. So I think that like my guess would be that if I tried to watch Soul Plane, my dad would appear and be like, "What's on TV?
What was your dad watching?"
And my dad's watching, he's watching like basketball and football and then I don't even know. My dad's a weird guy. Yeah. My dad's a weird old Cuban guy.
Oh.
He really lives to grumble and kind of walk around and be like,
that makes a lot more sense now.
Have you?
I can see that.
So have you seen Hood films before Soul Plane?
Yeah.
Or after?
Like outside your father's home.
I guess I've seen some. I feel like not really, because I really do feel like I would have had to catch them when I was younger on TV, and then like I haven't sought out to watch them now as an adult until I've been asked like, "Do you want to do this podcast and watch Soul Plane?" And then I'm like, I guess I will finally see Soul Plane.
So this is more or less like one of your first.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Good.
I really I think you've got, I have like a very, I have a lot of gaps in my like movie watching in general.
Okay.
So I think you're definitely catching me in one. I've never seen Ferris Bueller. People always think that's crazy.
Man,
I've
you
never
missed a lot.
I know. People, that's the one where people are always like, "But why?" And I'm like, I don't know. At this point, I'm just not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it.
At this point, you kind of missed the boat.
I mean,
yeah, I'm like, I think I get what it's about.
Yeah, it's the greatest hooky day. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, right. You gotta
and
get
I respect that so much. Right. But at this point, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like a grown woman.
You're like, I'm not
gonna get to it.
I'm not gonna get to it now. I'm good. Maybe later.
Yeah.
Maybe later.
I don't have to play hooky from stuff anymore because I'm just an adult.
That is true too. That's why everybody saw that movie with grown people like, man, I remember I used to try to play hooky and now they couldn't. So anyway, so can you describe in your own words what you saw in this film, Soul Plane?
Okay. I like like a basic plot outline.
Okay. In your own words.
In my own words. Okay. Kevin Hart gets his ass stuck in a toilet on the plane, and the plane also kills his dog, which was very shocking for a dog to be killed so quickly in the film. Was shocking for me. So Kevin Hart wins a bunch of money. He wins $100 million, which is not enough to do what he did with
not at all
in any way, shape, or form.
Not at all.
It's probably enough to buy a plane and fly it. Like, it's probably $100 million is probably enough to buy a plane and fly it for personal use.
Yeah.
Right.
For a while.
Right.
It's not enough to own and operate an airline that has its own terminal at the airport.
Yeah.
But you know what? Whatever. That's one of the logic things we have to put aside. Kevin Hart starts the Soul Plane, which is an airline that like we fly, we party, we land.
Yep.
But it's also just a black airline, but there is one white family that's going to ride on the airline, and that's Tom Arnold and that lady who I reckon who's in a lot of stuff.
She's in a lot of stuff.
She's in a lot of stuff, and she plays his white girlfriend, and then the daughter, and Ryan Pinkston from Punk'd is his
That's
son.
who that was.
Yeah.
I was looking like I remembered him from somewhere. I thank you for that.
I realized it because when we were watching it, Tom Arnold makes a Punk'd joke, and it was like my brain had this moment of like, that's Ryan Pinkston, the little kid from Punk'd.
I forgot all about him. I forgot all about him.
I had like Punk'd on DVD box set.
Jesus Christ.
When I was a teenager, I loved like which again I would have to watch in secret or at my friend's house because like this came on late at night enough that like my dad was asleep so he didn't know, but I loved Jackass and like all the like fucking like I don't know, like grungy dudes on skateboards hurting themselves.
Grungy
I was just like I was like, oh please.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, white dudes hurting themselves is always a good time.
I loved
They
it.
made money off it.
I loved it. I saw the new movie. I loved it.
That was good too.
It was really good.
You went to the theater?
Yeah. No.
I went to the theater and
never mind.
I went and saw in theaters. When the Jackass boys say jump, I say how high. They say we need more money. We're doing another movie. I say I will be at the theater for you.
I'll be seated. Day one.
Yeah, they put their bodies on the line for us.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
We salute y'all.
Yeah, you gotta respect that.
So basically, so you saw the kid from Punk'd.
So I see the kid from Punk'd.
Brought back
was
the
really
memories.
exciting. That was very exciting.
Right.
Anyway, so the flight is from LA to JFK, I think.
Yeah.
They fly the plane. Snoop is the pilot.
Yep.
His credentials are immediately called into question. It is pretty clear he doesn't know how to fly the plane. Then Godfrey is the African guy named Gay Man, which I did think was very funny. And just Kevin Hart always being like, gay man.
Yeah. Shout out to Godfrey.
Man.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
OG, man.
Yeah.
So funny in this, too. Really, really funny. I thought all of the performances were really, really funny. It's just a movie that's all over the place. So it's like hard to describe the plot once the plane actually takes off because
There's no plot.
There's no plot.
Once the plane takes off, it's really just like little comedic moments between all these wild people that are on the plane.
Yeah.
Kind of tied together by Tom Arnold's family a little bit.
Yep.
It's like an hour-long sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just like we just see these different characters on the plane for a while, and then midway through, Snoop dies, and now it's like very serious, and they have to figure out how to land the plane, which me, as someone who actually does have a lot of flight anxiety, I talk about this in my stand-up a lot. I am terrified from the moment we're up until we're down. I like can't look out the window. I get vertigo.
Wow.
I'm like, I cannot. I just have to like look straight ahead and try to like be zen. So I was having a hard time. I was starting to fear.
You wouldn't be able to fly the soul plane. That's for damn sure.
I was having a lot of safety concerns as I was watching the movie that were justified once Snoop ate all of the mushrooms and died. And they had to fly the plane. And I was.
You gotta get high before you get on a plane.
Yeah, well, as someone with flight anxiety, the end of the movie, actually, I found myself stressed out because I was like, they're not gonna land this plane. Like, this is.
What would you do if they show this movie, in-flight movie? Would you lose it?
I cannot watch an in-flight movie that's about an airplane at all. Just because I can't even watch like videos, like viral videos online where people are acting up. If the plane is in the air when their acting up is happening, I'm like, stop it. Stop. Like everyone, when I'm flying, I just want everyone
So no
to
Top
sit
Gun,
down.
no nothing.
No, just you sit down and you put your headphones on and you just sit there unless you have to pee. You just sit there and you don't bother anybody. You don't. I'm like nervous when people get up. I'm a very anxious flyer. Truly, any person who stands up, I'm like, what are they doing? What's their plan? And it's like,
what's their
going
plan? To go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I always think they're gonna open the door. I'm always like, this
You
is the
think
crazy person
still
who's
one
gonna try
person
to.
is gonna do that?
I mean, I can understand, but yeah.
How often does that happen?
It really never happens, but I am convinced.
And if it does, they're gonna like grab him before it's too late. Like, sir, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's
I
not
am
as easy
true.
as you
Yeah, and
think.
it's also like not easy to open the
No,
door.
not
There
at
are a lot
all.
of steps, but I'm just my brain is not operating in a normal way when I'm up there. And just any person who gets up, even if it's like a little kid, I'm like, they're gonna run and try to open the door. I'm just so
Even though
so.
they would
Anyway,
never have
I
the
was
strength
scared at
to-
the end of Soul Plane.
Gotcha.
There's also a very weird subplot about Kevin Hart and this woman.
KD Arbor.
Yes, who's very beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
She's been using other movies and videos as the love interest.
She's very, very beautiful. And Kevin Hart and her used to date, and she just happens to be on the Soul Plane with Lala.
Yeah.
Forgot Lala was there
Forgot
for no
about
reason
that.
at all.
That's right.
That's probably why the movie bombed. They spent so much money on these fucking guest appearances.
Yeah, they didn't.
Every
on
single
good writers.
role
Little John
is
was probably
stunt
$5 million right there.
Yeah. Well, that maybe less because that was before he was just blowing up. That wasn't the Lil Jon that does all the pop songs and the residency DJs.
He was getting there.
He was getting there, yeah. That's what I said. Probably not 5
I mean,
million.
every single
3 million.
role
Yeah.
was stunt cast. Every
Yeah.
single role was like a major famous person. So I do think even just the talent bill, like for them to make back what they paid for the cast of this
Yeah.
movie.
What if we asked Godfrey how much he got?
I
would
know, right?
tell us?
Just run into him one day. He'll
Yeah.
probably say something.
Yeah,
much did
Godfrey.
you
Which I want to know for.
Holler at us, Godfrey. Let us know.
I
in the
would also
comments.
like to know how much he continues to make from Soul Plane.
Mm.
Because that movie plays
Yeah, it was on TV a lot.
and that movie played on TV a lot.
Yeah,
Now
I've
it's
seen
on
it.
Netflix.
Yeah.
And now it's on Netflix. So
Yeah.
I bet it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
They
Getting a
might have
check
made
in the
his
mail. Like,
money
I
back
forgot
with,
about
like,
this.
commercial.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Soul Plane.
I remember back when he was getting the 7-Up check. When he was getting the 7-Up commercials. I remember those days.
Mhm.
Oh, I loved the part where he tries to play his like music on, and it's like
Oh, yeah.
African music, and Snoop is like absolutely fucking turn this shit off. Oh, it's so good. And then he gets excited to fly the plane, and he just hits his head right away.
Yeah, he's
very good.
Did he die? They acted like he died.
Yeah, it's actually
So Snoop,
unclear.
Or he's in a
yeah,
coma.
so we find out at the end of the movie, Snoop doesn't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess since they don't show what happens to him in the movie, it's safe to assume he is dead.
All right. I'm going to assume he lives.
he
He's
slips-
just in a coma.
Yeah, he slips and falls so hard that I guess the
He's
impact
out.
like took him out,
Yeah. He
Which-
was knocked out.
which was such a funny coincidence.
It's
It's like
That is the hot top on the goddamn plane?
right,
Yeah.
right. It's just I kind of just wanted it to be a better happy ending. Like Kevin Hart didn't need to land that plane. Also, I love how a bunch of people who never once flew or landed a plane in their life had to work together to land a plane.
no, and it's all
I like
because-
how that's thrown you, but not the motorcycle. Well, first of all, the plane wouldn't be able to take off.
Oh no, there was a lot
Right,
more. I know.
The
I
size
know.
of the plane is
Yeah.
really hard to gauge.
Yeah.
Because there is a third floor to the plane with
Yep.
a full club, and
Yep.
there are motorcycles in there,
Yep.
and like a lot of stuff
There's
that
a lot
would
of
be very
stuff going
heavy,
on. Yeah.
hard to take off. But
Is it
then
a third floor or just like a one long plane and just each of those classes are just.
No, remember there was a
I thought it
staircase.
Yeah, I thought a staircase went to the club.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
So
she's
they-
saying it's his third floor.
Oh,
Oh, you're saying a second
no,
floor.
you're right. That's the second floor. I'm
Okay.
sorry. So there's a
No, that's
second
cool.
floor.
Top floor.
Yeah.
There's a top. There's another
top is
floor.
it?
There's a.
Yeah,
a
they did show the
floor.
top floor on the
Yeah.
outside of the plane.
Right,
but like,
right.
that's not what kind of fucking plane is that? Like they took an old military jet and just retrofitted it.
Had rims.
And
Yeah,
when Monique is making fun of Kevin Hart at the end, she
That's
says that it's a
hilarious.
little plane. She's like, "You're little and your plane's."
Well, it was
And
like,
I'm like-
it's like
Yeah.
when someone's getting mad, like,
No,
"Hey,
I
your
know.
dick
Yeah.
is small." It's not really small.
Yeah.
But I
it's
was,
not.
I
You're
was
just saying
like,
stuff.
how
outside of
big am
him.
I supposed
Yeah.
to think the plane is? I was having a hard time trying to understand
I think it's
How
pretty
big? I mean, it has to be to fit what like
Yeah.
what we saw is an enormous plane.
Yeah, it's like a cargo plane.
So yeah, for that plane for this movie, it was stereotypical that in the hood we wanted everything big. Like there was a phase during the 2000s when everything was big. Like anything we wanted, cars, rims,
The
shirts.
songs.
Yeah. Like we wore like literal white tees that was down to the kneecaps.
Yeah, I don't miss those days.
Yeah, I don't. I really don't. Looking
I
back,
don't know why I
looking
did
back,
that.
I realized that wasn't the greatest
Yeah,
idea, but
nope.
it was product of our
Yeah,
environment, you
yeah.
know. So everything was considered big. So for that joke, the plane was supposed to be very huge. The
Got
floors were supposed to be very like huge club, you know, all of that stuff. But it wasn't like that. It was a literal rap song by Manny Fresh, and it was like cars real big, house real big, clothes real big. I'm rich, and you're like, okay.
See, I just was like, this is an optical illusion plane. Like, why is this
It
so
is.
much is happening in this plane?
It is.
I do think that the movie predicted the future in a number of ways. Number one, which I said while we were watching it, the in-flight video where they sing to Survivor. That is actually what in-flight videos are like now. I flew Virgin recently, and they fully have like a rap
Yeah.
about putting your seatbelt on.
Virgin's always doing something
like,
stupid,
people
though.
people are dancing. Like it was a full music video crazy thing. Like now all of them do some sort of like big production safety video. So I was like, this is actually not that far off from what is happening.
Except in this movie, they didn't get no safety though.
No. On the version video, they do tell you actually how to like.
Yeah. Well,
find your
seriously though, this is what you need to do.
And then also the way that
I don't think
call
they
it-
had those pull down oxygen masks.
there's no way they did.
Yeah,
There's no way.
they had no money left over in the budget after they put in the.
And then the behavior in like low class or whatever, I was like, well, this is just basic economy on any airline now.
Yeah.
Like I would not be surprised if I got on a Spirit flight and they had like you had to put in a coin to access the overhead bin. Like that would not. I
was a
flew
funny
United Basic and I was
Yeah.
like, this is yeah.
Basic.
Oh, they're like, you can get $50 off your ticket, but we get to treat you like shit.
Nah, it was I thought that was one of the funnier jokes of the plane, that there was their own version of like economy in a sense,
Mhm.
where you basically had like a locker
Yes,
and
I
you
love
had
that.
to open it to put your stuff in there. I thought that was probably one of the most brilliant things.
And the
most
Colt
brilliant
45
jokes. Really?
sponsorship on the wall. Like that it's like
Yeah.
they have Colt 45 ads on
Yeah.
the wall.
Right.
That's probably how they paying for some of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They had to, but you had to. Colt 45 is a legendary black drink.
That I'm aware of. I participate in culture
Yeah.
enough.
Hilarious.
to
I
know.
live here, goddammit.
You're right. My bad.
I've heard songs.
I've heard songs. but did you feel there's any other plot holes or anything that you were like, I just didn't get?
Potholes. I mean,
Hood films are no for them.
don't. No, I mean, I feel like I understood the movie.
Oh,
I mean, not like on a I don't. I just
Yeah.
don't think it was like
There's nothing
that
to not
crazy
understand.
that was going on.
Yeah.
I felt that I think that it was very. I think that it was pretty straightforward. Soul Plane. I don't think there was too much to decode for me personally. Like even all the things. Yeah, I think I understood the movie. I think that I understood Soul
Eureka!
Plane.
I get it. I get it.
Black guy buys an airline.
Man, guy buys an airline and gets a stereotypical plane and
they
yeah.
take off, they party, they
party and
land.
there you go. He kept his promise. They took
Yeah,
off.
he did.
They got to party, and at the end, they got to land. They shot a music video in there.
Yeah.
They did, and
For a song that already
Ryan
came out.
Pinkston becomes
Yeah.
a director.
Big time director.
Mhm.
My favorite, I think, little character moment in the movie that made me laugh the hardest is when Tom Arnold's trying to get in the club and the security guy starts crying. He goes on that tangent about his daughters.
Yep.
And he just starts crying and he's like, I'm always securing shit, man. It's like, really got me. And him just being like, go secure your shit. And like letting him in and just getting all teary eyed. I thought That character I thought was really funny. I did really think everything with the white family was really funny, and Tom Arnold's entire thing was very funny. Snoop was very funny. The couple that was just trying to have sex all the like, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. The bathroom attendant, I did like that the plane had a bathroom attendant. I thought that was really funny.
That was funny. See,
I think that's
little moments.
Yeah.
That
No
Yo
moments.
Hughley, that was a waste of money
Oh my God.
in universe and out of universe. You didn't need that scene at all. That's
didn't.
another $5 million.
Yep. They just shelling them out. Shelling them
You get a
out.
little bit of money. You get a little bit.
You want to be in this? Yeah, cool. $5 million.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We gotta. You
Yeah.
should look up the budget, bro. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I would actually
gotta
love
look up
to
the
know
budget,
what the
bro.
budget of the
You
movie
gotta look up
was.
Because we shit on it. I do like my budgets.
Most of it had to go to that cast, and then there's like the couple of times that you saw the plane from the outside.
The CGI?
The couple of times that
The
they had
mid
to
2000
CGI the plane.
Oh my God.
I got you.
This is
The
terrible.
budget
Oh
was
no.
16 million
16 million?
estimated.
1/6?
Yeah, 1/6.
That's
not
not
16
insane.
million.
Not that bad.
It grossed worldwide 14,821,000.
I mean, that's
that's-
a bomb.
That's
So they
too
bombed.
bad.
They missed it. They
That's
missed it by
really not
just
good.
this much.
I mean,
Yeah.
that doesn't account for the advertisement, so they really probably spent 25 million.
That is so funny because going into this, I would have been like, well, Soul Plane was obviously a huge hit. That's why it was on TV constantly. People couldn't get enough of
Now
Right.
it's on TV because we gotta make it back.
Yeah.
exactly.
That's it.
Now I'm realizing,
We gotta
oh,
make it back.
okay, that actually makes a lot more sense as to why I feel like it was on TV all the time.
Yeah. And also, I feel like networks back then were like, we need to just throw on like a black movie.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of our hood films can't really go into syndication.
Yeah. Kind of hard to put some with like
Yeah.
Master P in it.
Exactly.
Don't want to sit there and bleep out
Bleep
every
out,
fucking
yep.
I do
sentence.
wonder, like, I feel like this one probably, I'd like to see the TV edit.
the
for
TV
this
version.
one.
It probably wasn't that. They didn't really go that crazy.
You know,
They might have dropped one F-bomb.
yeah, usual stuff. Fudge, Negro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
brother.
yeah. I feel I just would love to see how they dubbed it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we want to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember watching. What's that? It's the Kevin Smith movie with where they're angels, Dogma, and there's
Okay.
there's like a movie. There's a scene in that with like a monster made of shit where they say it so many times that like when they air it on TV, they just never showed that scene. And I had only seen
That's
the movie
hilarious.
on TV, and when I finally rented it as a kid, this entire scene came up where I had never seen it before, and it's like they just took it out. So I wonder if there's anything. I don't know. I don't think they would have to take anything.
No,
Maybe
not
the scene
really.
where she's choking him and they're having sex in the bathroom and she's
Yeah.
trying to. I think that was when you were going down. You went downstairs.
Yeah.
So I just watched
I
that part
remember
alone.
Well, we remember
You
it.
remember it, so you're
You
good.
remember it.
She
Yeah,
was
you're
like,
good.
I was just
they
kind of
just
in here
left me-
alone, being like,
they just left me for this
yeah, it's
part.
where she like chokes him with the belt.
Oh,
Maybe that one wouldn't have
yeah.
made it to the TV.
Yeah, that was
No,
out of
it
control.
wouldn't.
And then they have sex on the wheel as the
Yeah.
plane is landing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird sex moments
Yeah.
there.
It should have
Yeah.
been ripped off the plane.
Yeah. So I know you just said earlier, you were like, I'm coaching, I know what it is.
Yeah.
So are you familiar with the phrase, whose man's is this?
Okay, no, I'm not familiar.
Oh, okay.
Phrase.
Okay.
I mean, maybe I've heard it in my
You
life,
probably
but
heard
I
it.
can't tell you like.
What do you think it means?
I mean, I think it means like, to whom does this man belong?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, like say we're in a club and you just hear somebody yell out, "Whose man's is this?" What do you think is about to go down? Like you were
What
outside
I
in
think
a
is
public
about
spot.
to go down
Yeah.
is like this person is acting a way he shouldn't be acting, and someone needs to come and collect this man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I love
basically
it.
Okay, great.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, great. So yeah, I think in context, I would be like, I get what's someone's like, who's responsible for this person?
Pretty
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Hey yo, I'm gonna start saying that in the club. Yo, come collect this man.
Yeah.
Start
To
saying
whom
that.
does he belong?
To whom does he belong? collect him off the floor.
Collect this
Please,
man.
because he is acting a fool.
Yeah.
So basically, that's what we do. So in every hood film, we always ask the guests. So we want to know, is there a character in this film you would have looked at and said, yo, whose man's is this? Like,
Oh,
come
the blind
collect.
guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was
The
gonna say
blind
the
guy.
same thing.
No thinking.
The,
I was gonna say the
the
same.
blind guy, someone needed to
Reese Witherspoon, all right.
someone needed to rein him in. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
When oh my God. No, when he like fingers the lobster.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
That was funny.
John Witherspoon, how we miss you.
Why you get an
Yeah.
orgasm though?
Great performance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He giving it his all in the performance.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
character.
Maybe too much of his
Maybe
own.
too much.
Maybe too much going. And the character, I would say, does not stand the test of time.
No. They have a blind guy grabbing ass.
No,
They're
no.
There
done.
are a couple moments and a couple characters that do not stand the test of time, as all of our favorite early 2000s movies do not, and definitely him.
Yeah.
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 There was a lot going on there. But fingering the lobster
Yeah.
is definitely.
I'm just glad he was actually really blonde. I'm glad it wasn't like, no,
Yes.
he's not really blonde. That would have been bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that like it could have been worse for sure.
Yeah. That would have been so easy. Like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
That's-
Just him being like a sexual harassment machine who fingers a lobster.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's what it is right there. What about you?
It was the guy.
It was
Yeah,
that
he was a
guy
blonde
too?
dude. Yeah, that was out of control.
I'm going to go with Monique's character
Oh, yeah.
for one reason alone.
Did she slap Kevin Hart at the back of the head?
No, I'm going to think more outside the
beginning.
box. The fact that she was a TSA agent
Okay.
that somehow found her way on the flight.
plane. Yeah.
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 What are you doing?
I'm assuming that's the only TSA agents that work for the company, so they got to come with her everywhere they go.
Damn, I didn't think about that.
I think. Well,
I did not think about that.
So the way they justify it in the movie is that a single Muslim guy gets on the plane, and then now the
But weren't you on the
TSA
plane before you even got on there?
We might have seen them on the plane
Yeah, I feel
before,
like I
but I
saw
do remember that it's like he gets on the plane
Yeah.
again, talking about things that don't really stand the test of time.
Yeah, you can't do that.
he
no
gets on
more.
the plane, and
You couldn't
then
do it back then.
now the
I
two
hated that
TSA ladies are on the plane
Mm.
because that's what TSA deals with. My
Yeah.
personal opinion is that they're just like, these two are so funny. We got to get them on the plane. We can't
Right,
just
right.
have
We
them
can't
only
just-
be at
yeah,
the
we
beginning
can't,
of
we
the
can't.
movie. We
Yeah.
got to get Monique on
Yeah.
the plane. Like,
But that was what made it funny because then you didn't see the other one like after that.
yeah, you see her.
Like-
She calls. She uses her cell phone, and it immediately.
Right,
takes-
right.
I did think
Playing a
that
nosedive.
that
Like, oh,
was
snap,
funny
oh, snap.
because I do always think that that's what, like, in my crazy mind, I'm always like, yeah, if you use your phone and it's not an airplane mode, but that was probably even before airplane mode.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was the point.
like,
Yeah.
you just have
Never
to turn.
use
You had to turn it completely off.
You
No,
have-
you're the fans. They do be hyping up that phone shit. Like, oh, no, are we gonna die though? Because don't play with me.
Hey, that was a risk I was never willing to take,
Yeah,
bruh.
me neither.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But I always, that's what I thought, is that
Right.
if someone picked up the phone, then
It was
the
a
plane
wrap.
would just immediately.
Yeah, immediately. Yeah, that was my fear too.
This movie really actually, as someone who's afraid of planes, played on a lot of my fears. Number one, even in the beginning when I was a little kid, I was always afraid that you could get sucked in the toilet. So the fact that that even happens to Kevin Hart to begin with really was hard for me. And then the airplane mode situation, the idea that the pilot is
High
dead
all the
or
time.
asleep,
Dead or high, yeah.
I mean, that'd be true sometimes.
The cargo
Some of
luggage.
them?
Yeah.
That's true.
Because every single position, someone is bad at that job.
Right.
So some pilots are not good pilots. That's something you just have to.
Thanks. I gotta get on a plane next month. So thanks
Yeah,
for
me
that.
too. Yeah. I'm-
This is what I think about.
Gotta-
This is
gotta
why
think about that now.
This is why flying is very hard for me, because the whole time I'm thinking like, well, I've got friends who are doctors who are dumb as hell. So
Oh,
obviously, like,
God
pilots
damn.
are people that I would not like trust.
Like, are these doctors working on limbs that people need, or just
Yeah,
like
well,
cosmetic
yeah.
shit?
Sometimes, do you ever see someone from high school who became a doctor, and you're like,
I try not to think about it.
Oh, I don't remember you being very bright.
They could have turned their life around. You don't
That's
know
true.
that.
That's true. You don't know. You don't know. Sometimes you see people and you say,
They could have had a rock bottom and be like, man, I gotta
I don't
fly a
remember you
plane.
at the top of the class.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember seeing you raise
I
your
don't
hand.
see you raise your hand like that.
Hilarious.
No. I don't know. I'm still gonna stand by that. I'm still gonna stand on that.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
She was wilding out.
She was
Yeah.
wilding out. But hey, here we are. The plane landed either way.
He did land. Kevin Hart saves the day. He does
saves the
land
day.
plane.
Mhm.
And yeah, you did bring up a good point that was when they were doing a lot of the I think it's the terrorist jokes,
Mm-hmm.
which I was just at a point like by that movie I was just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, it was played out. That was the worst part of the movie.
Jeez, bruh.
Yeah, it was the one thing where like I was just like, ah, damn, not good. But I feel like every movie from that time period
Oh yeah.
has something where you're like,
Post 9/11, hell yeah.
Yep.
Especially, yeah, like this is a movie from 2004 about flying
Yep.
a plane. It could have
3 years
been
after.
a lot.
Yeah.
It could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Really.
Mhm.
Could have been
Could have
worse.
been worse. I'm honestly glad that they only went there for 1 second, one time, because that could have been a recurring character.
Oh, yeah, like, oh,
yeah,
Lot
nah,
of
they didn't do
problems
that.
with that.
They could have made him save the plane.
Well,
That
would've
would've been
great,
way
actually.
better.
That actually would have been a way to save it. Is if he gets up
Yeah.
and he says,
Yeah,
"Actually,
got
I
it.
know how to fly the plane, and I
Ah.
will save the plane, and I will land the plane, and then
Ooh. Alternate
and
ending.
you have to change your perspective. That could be in if they do a sequel, if
There you
it's
go.
rebooted, we can bring the character back.
Go ahead, go
We
right
can
into it. Go
address
ahead.
it. We can address it head on.
Yeah.
by
You bring the
bringing
character back.
So what we're saying
back.
here is, what if they either made a sequel to Soul Plane or just rebooted it all together? So that's what you're basically saying. Yes.
I think it would have to be a sequel where Kevin Hart's character, he would have to hurt his ass again. Like,
Why?
I think that it poetically, like story-wise, the Soul Plane has gone out of business. Times have been tough. He was
okay.
not able to maintain the Soul Plane, but
Oh god.
he injures his ass again. He comes into another $100 million.
You can't do 100 million in this climate. That won't even buy him a
Right.
decent car.
I know. With inflation, it's like he can get gas, but
Yeah.
$100 million you can drive home.
Right.
maybe 100 million. He can
Maybe.
So
Maybe 100
yeah,
billion.
okay, he gets $100 billion this time, and he decides like air travel it's gotten so bad again. We've got to do the Soul Plane again, and he gets the whole. Everybody's got to come back.
Get the whole gang back together.
Everybody's got to come back. And then once again, Snoop can't, you know he's not going to fly the plane this time. So then we get this character, the Arab man, to
Okay.
fly the plane and land the plane this time.
Okay.
And now we come full circle and Soul Plane 1 is retroactively justified.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
You just did the same thing, but just changed one scene. That's not a reboot, really.
Okay. Kevin Hart is okay. You know what? Kevin Hart is married to the girl. What's her name? KD.
Her real name's Katie Arbor. I don't
Okay.
know what.
Yeah, you don't have to worry
What's
about the
in the name?
characters' names. We
That
never
was-
do a hood film.
No.
I don't
It
even know
was
what
also
Kevin Hart's
very
name was in the
upsetting to
movie.
me that he chose to take her aside and like have that conversation with her where he tells her he really wanted her to go to college while the plane is actively crashing. I was like, your priorities are
Yeah.
you need to figure out who's going to fly this plane. Anyway, or do the conversation while you're figuring out how to
Just
fly the
walk and
plane.
talk,
Yeah.
yeah.
We got to walk and talk. We need to be moving.
Well,
Plane
yeah,
is
because in real
crashing.
life, that speech, by the time he would have been like, look, she would have been like, no, you look.
Yeah,
Please help
we
us.
need to fly the plane.
We're going to die.
We're going to die.
Tell me after.
Yeah.
So, okay, maybe this is something where we have their children are involved now in the Soul Plane, and we have Kevin Hart's kids involved in the operations of
Has been
the Soul
18
Plane.
years.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So his
Right.
kids would be old enough
Yeah,
now.
the adults.
They would be adults, and maybe now Ryan Pinkston's kids are on the Soul Plane. Everybody's kids are on the Soul Plane for some reason.
That guy's dad was
How
a famous
old was he in
music
the movie?
director.
Like 12? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, by now, he's a grown man.
But they do say that.
Yeah,
They do say at the end of the movie that he went missing after working on a
Michael Jackson
Jackson
video. Yeah.
He works on a Michael Jackson music video and he goes missing. So that would have to be figured out or addressed, I guess. It could be the daughter, his 18-year-old daughter. Now it's been 18 years later, so she could realistically have kids herself.
Yeah.
And she has to try to she has her own 18-year-old daughter who's trying to go to the club on the Soul Plane. Maybe gets with Kevin Hart's 18-year-old son. I don't know. We're just spitballing here.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Could all work out.
That's the whole thing. We just spitballing ideas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You could also say, for example, Monique's character at the end, you could use it as a callback. She does say that she's gonna sue Kevin Hart's airline. So now she owns the airline.
Wow.
And then now she can use the jokes of her everyday life in this. Like, I had to sue to get what I wanted, and now I got it. And now I own the airline on Netflix and all this other crap.
That's a good plot. You can't get Kevin Hart to come back.
Exactly.
Right about the story.
Right?
They get a whole
That
series.
it's Monique's airline now because she sued him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's the sequel.
And she took over
Yeah.
operations.
Sometimes
Wow.
certain hood films, not just certain hood films, certain films altogether, when they can't get another movie for some weird reason, I don't know why, they just decide to make a series. For us, it was Soul Food. So it could be the same with Soul Plane. You know what I'm saying? It could just be like, oh, let's make a series. The Soul Plane series.
And it just
Are they just going to fuck up the plane every episode?
I mean, what was that one that did it all the time? The Love Boat.
That's a boat, not a plane.
So what? They still went on a cruise and the cruise didn't need to happen.
Sir, do you know the difference between a cruise? You can live on a boat.
You can, but there's different flights that happen every day, brother.
Yeah, you can't live on those flights, though.
I'm not saying to live on the flight, but in a 2-hour flight.
I'm saying there's only so many plots you can do on a plane.
No, there's different passengers.
That's
There's different
true.
passengers on the Love Boat.
I feel like
That sounds
I
expensive.
feel like in the world of
Sounds
Soul Plane,
expensive.
it's kind of endless because you're
Right.
just always moving around.
Always. Different
meeting
countries, different
different
cities.
people. There were 100 people on that plane we never saw.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
never even got to meet.
We
so-
didn't even know half the people in the bottom class.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there are so many
Yeah.
adventures to be
Yeah,
had.
that's all I was saying. Like,
Okay, I got it. We gotta have them fly to JFK to Paris.
Yeah.
And they go-
Yeah.
They can fuck that country up for
You
a
could do
little bit.
something like that, or you could do a quick episode where it's we just went from Miami to Atlanta, just two,
Just a really quick flight.
2 quick flights that we know black people gonna be in those cities.
Was
and then-
Kylie Jenner riding plane? Is that her plane?
Maybe.
Oh, that's a plot. Oh, here's a sequel.
random cameo.
He falls off, but then he makes a private airline, and he has to drive around
all the ballers.
all the ballers, but they're just the worst piece of crap. It's like the third act, but much, much worse. And that's his
Why
life.
do you want that?
Because that's funny, man.
That's
Up
mean.
the stakes.
That's so mean.
Yeah, it's better than his ass getting sucked again. I'd rather
Well,
that.
I'll give you that, but I'm just saying, nobody wants to see that again.
That he has to injure his ass again. I think that we have to see the journey again.
Does he have to lose another dog?
Yeah, that's
He was really
that's-
more mad about the dog.
yeah. That's
he
what
didn't get
went
the
to
money
court
for the
for.
ass.
Right, he
Yeah,
went to
it
court
was
for the dog.
It was really
Yeah,
for the dog.
but I do love that the TSA ladies immediately, as soon as he said who he was, they were like, "Oh, you're the guy who injured his ass."
Yeah, they ain't give a fuck.
Yeah, because you can't make fun of the dog.
Yeah.
You know, you
No.
can be like, my dog died, man. Oh yeah, my bad.
That's actually just sad.
Yeah.
But
They gonna be like, but your ass didn't.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have also seen a spinoff that was just Monique
Uh-huh.
and Lonnie Love.
Yeah.
Monique and Lonnie Love doing the TSA
Yeah.
and just having people
Exactly.
walk them.
Exactly.
I could see just the comings and goings of even just the terminal because he
Yeah.
had an entire terminal
Yeah.
for his one airline that had only done one
One
doing
flight.
first
His first flight, he made a whole terminal.
It had an entire
Yeah.
terminal for that flight.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he sold the company already by the end. If they made another movie, he would have sold the company.
Well,
Delta or
the
something.
first flight didn't do great. They landed in Central Park.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a huge problem for
Yeah.
them going forward.
Bad.
Is that I don't
It's a
even know
lawsuit.
how you get the flight, like the plane now is in Central Park. So that's a huge problem.
Well, yeah. Also, what also was funny was, didn't they say that the Soul Plane was like the first black airline, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the movie, Snoop goes, I knew I should have flew jet black.
Yes.
So I'm like, so now you're telling us there was another
there
one?
was
I think
another
I'll-
one.
They could have that. It ain't. We don't know what's owned by black people. It could be a BET situation.
Man, they call it jet black, bruh. It's called jet black, bruh. That. Come on now.
Maybe it was black and a white dude bought it and he just got the
They the
name.
blue.
There are a couple logic things though, because you pointed out that Tom Arnold says many times, it is said many times that Tom Arnold's family are the only white people on the plane.
Yeah.
But then when they accidentally call for gay man to come to the front of the plane, you see a lot of white people. There are a couple
Ooh.
priests run to the
Yep.
front.
Yep.
There are a couple white gay guys, a couple
There was.
trans women. So there, that
Yeah.
I wasn't clear on what 'cause
I wasn't clear
like,
on
where
the-
did they go? Where did this?
I
where
wasn't
did
clear on
three
why they
white
were trying to
priests
go
come
up
from?
there to begin with.
I think to pray to get.
Well, because the pilot called "We Need Gay Man" to the front of the plane.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
stupid.
right.
And then the
Oh,
gay
that's so
flight
dumb.
attendant, and then they start playing YMCA.
Yeah.
YMCA
Oh, I missed
starts
that
playing
part.
plane
No, I
while
saw that.
the
Yeah, right.
gay men run to the front of the
Right.
plane.
Damn it! Every
I
time
think
I
the
watch
stewardess
movies,
was
a
about
new
to move
thing.
too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they think that they're
Wow.
being called to the front of the plane, and that's why there are also 3 priests. I'm
That's-
like, okay, Soul Plane is taking on the Catholic Church.
Yep.
Interesting.
They was
That
coming
was
for everybody.
funny. Yeah.
They really did,
Yeah.
but also, logically, it
Yeah.
didn't make sense for them to.
I think that's why I wasn't getting the gay thing. Like, now, no, you told me there was the only white people.
And I do
Lied,
like that Tom
sir.
Arnold does have that line at one point where he says, "I'm representing one of the 4 white people." on the plane."
Right. And just draw the point home. Like, wait a minute.
Draw it home.
As a representative of the 3 white people on the plane. So I'm like, okay, but then where did those 3 priests
Yeah, where did they come from?
go? Like, where did they
Yeah. Who
There are a
knows?
couple logic
The Bermuda
things about
Triangle.
I think you have to throw out the window with
Yeah.
the plane a little bit.
Well, it's what it is. This is why I said it commercially it bombed. It almost made all his money back, but commercially it bombed. And it's the cult classic the hood didn't really want. But we had to,
I don't know. What was people watching that year?
2004? I'm pretty sure it was You Got Served that year.
Was it?
I feel like it.
I think they probably watched it
Maybe.
instead.
Yeah, maybe. I don't fully remember.
You Got Served was huge, and that
Yeah.
feels 2004.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking about what they're wearing in that movie, I feel 2004 strongly.
Yeah.
So
He was wearing Rockaway. They had a little white boy wearing
that's what I'm saying. They
Rockaway for some
was
reason.
rocking You Got Served, Castletron Dance, it was
Oh, that was
whole
your
vibe.
Spider-Man 2 came out? Yeah, it was a wrap. Nah, you ain't fucking with that.
Okay.
And Harry Potter 3? Yeah.
That's where I was.
It was a lot- it was a lot on
That's
display,
squarely
yeah.
where
That was
where-
I was.
it
in
was
Harry
up
Potter
against a lot.
3. I was.
Hood movies
Engaging
always
with
going
that.
against a lot.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We go up
If it
against the
makes
whole
you feel
world.
better, they want to go see Blade 3 instead. That's kind of a black-led film.
Okay, I
It's
get
the
it.
worst of the 3.
Yeah, it's the worst of
Who's
the
counting?
Yeah.
No, I was.
That was when Reynolds
at
was like, get me out of here.
Hogwarts.
Yeah. That was when they all pointed and said, everybody go except that Ryan Reynolds guy. But anyway, Alise, we
Yes.
want to thank you.
Oh, this
for-
was so much fun.
Yes, for doing this with us and taking a trip on
I feel
the,
enriched.
our own soul
I can't
plane.
believe I missed. Now I feel like a major gap in my film history. has been
Yeah,
filled.
and there's a wonderful library of hood films for you to watch
them
and
on.
laugh at and learn and laugh at and get emotional and laugh again. So
Question of logic.
Yes.
yeah, no question of
And
logic.
And I will come to you guys if I have questions.
Of course. You see me here and there, you see Uni a
Yeah.
lot more. He'll tell you one.
Yeah.
He'll tell you one. If you see him just say no like that real quick, that means watch it.
Yeah,
It means
got
it's
it.
that bad, you gotta watch it.
All right. Sure. That's what I'm going for. Go ahead and waste,
Thank you guys for having me.
No,
go
we
ahead and
thank
waste
you.
your 2 hours.
As we know, you're an entertainer just like
Mm-hmm.
us. So let these lovely people watching and listening know when they can find you, follow you, all that.
Absolutely. You can follow me on Instagram at Pandalise. That's Pandalise. That's where you'll find I update everything there. I'm also on Twitter at Alise Navidad. So Feliz
Elise
Navidad.
Navidad. I love it.
Right?
I love
Sometimes
it.
people think that's my actual name, and sometimes I'll do comedy shows and I'll be like, and up next, it's Elise Navidad. And I'm
I
like, no,
love
no.
it.
Are you-
That's my
Love
Twitter
it.
handle.
No.
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 Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
have been
wouldn't
brought
do
up.
that, but yeah.
I have been brought up as Alise Navidad before. My name is actually Alise Morales.
Like,
And
were they doing a bit? Or they
no,
really
it
think that
was
your
truly,
name?
it's been awkward every time because I'm like,
I need
actually,
to-
my name's Alise Morales. And then the person is always like, oh my God. And I'm like, it's okay. But
I need to
also,
come see
that's
that.
Crazy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But also, that's crazy because when you say it out loud, like, my name isn't Alise Navidad.
Right.
My name isn't Alise Christmas.
Right.
Right. The education in our country has gone to shit.
It's
so
very-
Way to bring me on the
It's
stage,
not.
buddy.
It's not the-
Jesus.
Way to bring me on the stage.
I mean, truly, it's like, and welcome to the stage, Lady Christmas.
You're like, hey, that's not who I am.
No.
No, it's
If I
the middle
ever
of
see that,
July.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
laughing
exactly.
so hard.
No.
But
That
has,
person should never host anything ever. Like, sir, you are ignorant.
Yeah,
you are not.
it's a wild time. But speaking of shows and stuff, I'm putting up. This is a little bit in the future, but I'm putting up my one woman show right here in New York.
Yes, sir.
It is September 29th at the Crane Theater. So I'm going to
Okay.
start posting about that. If you follow me, you'll see me posting about it more, but it's going to be really fun. So definitely come on out to that. And yeah, if you follow me on the socials, you'll see everything.
Yes, ma'am. Make sure you follow. She got a one-woman show. That's pretty dope because I've never thought about doing that. So kudos to you for that.
Thank you.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Thank
fire.
you.
She's funny. You're gonna guarantee to
Yeah.
To
You're
laugh.
guaranteed to laugh. Go to the Crane Theater. Please check out support because we are entertainers and we do it big.
Yeah. And maybe if all of you
try
guys
to.
support, then we can end up in the Soul Plane reboot.
Yeah.
I can be in the White Family.
Reese Witherspoon ain't here no more. I can be like a blonde pervert for 10 minutes.
What do you mean she ain't here no more?
Reese Witherspoon ain't here no more. Oh, I said Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, that's what I was like, wait,
Reese-
what?
No, I've been saying Reese
She just got
Witherspoon.
nominated.
Also was Reese Witherspoon
I'm
in
sorry.
Soul
I was
Plane.
like, wait, bro, she just got nominated for an Emmy, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh, no, I mean, you know who I mean.
No, who?
You know who I mean, bro.
Which one?
The blonde guy.
Is his name? I don't know his real name.
Yeah,
We're
wait.
gonna
Is
say it
his
again. I'm
name
blanking
similar
on
to
it.
Reese Witherspoon?
We're gonna. And I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Wait, do you mean John Witherspoon?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I've been
okay.
saying Reese
I
Witherspoon
didn't
the
know
whole
his real
time.
name.
Okay.
No.
I
But you
didn't-
knew
I was like,
the
why
last-
do you
both
think
last names
that
Witherspoon.
man is Reese Witherspoon?
Well, anyway, he's dead. He passed away, so I can
Bruh.
be a blonde
You
pervert.
can be
Bruh.
blind
I
person.
should have just said Witherspoon.
I can be, yeah, I can be either in the White Family
Also
or I
confusing.
can go to my Cuban roots and I can be with Sofia Vergara serving on the plane.
Yo, shout out to Reese Witherspoon. Shout out to John Witherspoon.
Yeah, I
R.I.P.
think you
Yeah.
have more fun personally in the
Yeah.
family. I think the Sofia Vergara role
Yeah, I
is a
think-
lot to take on.
Yeah, I think we're past the hot Latin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was in that.
Yeah.
That's right. She was in this movie.
She was all over the
very-
movie,
all over the place.
over the
Yeah.
cockpit. They had
Very
a,
in the
Yeah.
movie. And yeah, she
you know, she wanted $5 million to use to show ass. That's $5 million
Yeah,
right there.
that's right.
that also the logic of her needing she knows how to land the plane because
You can't
she's
think about it.
fucked
Yeah,
on the plane.
yeah,
you
you
can't,
can't-
you can't.
I can't think about it. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Good movies sometimes don't make sense.
It doesn't need to.
We love them.
The point is they landed the
They
plane.
land the plane. And one quick question before we let you go. Do you remember the scene where they show Little John and the East Side Boys
Yes.
and Kevin Hart saw the guy drinking? He's like, you can't be drinking gas, man. We got a bar over there.
That was actually a thing I didn't understand.
I knew it.
That was
I
the thing
knew
that was the one thing that I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
I
that's
should ask
I
about
knew it.
that.
That's
What
that
is
guy's
that?
gimmick.
I
That's
knew
just
it.
the thing he does.
So back in the day, especially down south dudes, they literally put liquor in the gas joints because it was the way, they're getting gassed up, they're getting fired up. But I guess you can get more in it. Now, that means you have to take time to empty the gas, wash it, and then put actual liquor in there.
Yeah, I don't
They could just bought one just to have liquor in it.
Yeah, but they were trying to say they about to get fired all the way up. So when they went to the club, they brought the whole drink. And to be fair, you could put a lot of liquor in there.
you certainly can.
Or whatever drink, yeah. Whatever concoction you wanted to
can.
put in there. You know what I'm
It-
saying?
Concerns me if it's had gasoline in it before.
No, it
But-
definitely
No.
didn't. No.
But
Okay.
if you don't
Yeah,
know, if you're not
yeah,
from the
yeah,
region,
yeah.
your immediate thought is gonna be like, yo, is he drinking actual gas?
I was
No.
wondering I was like, is that something he was like known to do?
Yeah,
You would have it in the
was
video,
style.
but that's what it was.
Yeah, it was the style. It was in their
That was-
videos.
okay, yes. That was,
Yeah.
I forgot about that, and I did have a question.
But yeah, it was more.
It took me a while too. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was more of a
Oh,
region
yeah.
thing
Yeah,
because
yeah,
Cali
yeah.
wasn't doing it, the West
Yeah.
Coast wasn't doing it, the New Yorkers
Definitely wasn't doing it.
New Yorkers, Philly dudes wasn't doing it. It was more of just like you Atlanta, Florida, North Carolina. It was more their region back in the early 2000s. They took the whole gas thing and they just put liquor in there and just had a ball, man. And they probably wasn't even sharing it. I think Matt Big, come on. So
Wow. That,
yeah.
I mean, you could put a lot of liquor in that. So.
yeah, and that just hit my mind too. I was like, there was one scene, and I was like, I forgot to bring that scene. There's so many
That
other
is-
scenes, but
yes.
that was one.
She's gonna
It's
start
just-
doing it now.
Yeah,
I
now you'll see
mean-
me. Follow me on
I
Instagram.
mean-
You'll see me with
Yo,
the gasoline
I'm getting-
thing.
After you bust down that one woman show,
Yeah.
that's have it waiting for you right in the back. You know what I'm
Exactly.
Or just have it on stage.
saying? Or have it on stage.
Have that be a
Right.
question that people.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead
They're
of
gonna
my
be
glass
like,
of water,
what
I
the
have a
fuck?
gasoline thing full of liquor.
I'm like,
that
what's
I
she
drink
doing?
From.
That
See?
would be
People are
fun.
like, the show started out good and then it got really
Yeah.
weird.
She brought the gas thing out though. It was about to be a wrap.
I
Yeah.
guarantee.
She trying to take out the Crane Theater.
Anybody who's blocking your audience is gonna be like, I know what's going
And you're like, oh shoot, she need to pass that. I know she got Henny in there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that was another joke I really liked was when the flight attendant said cognac instead of
Oh,
cognac.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like called Alise
Yeah.
cognac.
There's certain names people can't pronounce.
That was like
Yeah?
nails on a chalkboard.
Alise is something I'm aware of because it looks like Alise.
Right.
And so I've had boyfriends who would think it was funny. They would buy Alise for me.
Mm.
And then I would drink it and I would say, I don't like this.
I don't like this, but it's your name.
And they'd be like,
She was
no,
like,
but
it's not-
I bought it and it's like, it's your name and it's
Yeah, you
blue.
see?
And I would be
But
like,
it's not
yeah,
How
but-
many dudes did that? Like 3 of them, right? At least.
And
But
it's
it's not
happened
there you
at,
go.
Exactly.
again, like Elise Navidad happens more than you think.
I wouldn't have done that. I probably would have Alize just because I like,
Just
I
'cause
would
I
like
use
it,
your name
exactly.
as a cover.
Men think it's cute to give me Alize.
Don't do that to her.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No, because I don't like it. I don't
Right,
think that it
of course.
tastes good. If I thought it tasted good, then it would be
Right,
great.
it'd be-
But I
right,
don't.
right.
It's not my
It's not your
preferred drink of choice.
That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You gotta-
Everybody
you
has
gotta-
their one, you know?
You know? Yeah, exactly.
Everybody has
It's
their one.
not- there's a lot going on with that. There's a lot of flavors.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
okay.
You ain't got the
So-
palate.
Right. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go get some cognac and some Alize.
Cognac.
But anyway, yeah, Uni, we got Soul
Weak.
Plane out of the way.
Yeah, I found one human being I didn't see it.
Yeah, kudos to you.
Kudos. Yeah, you know what? All respect to Felix Morales, my dad, for not letting me watch anything fun on the family TV.
There
So
we
that
go.
Now I can do podcasts where I haven't seen movies everyone else has seen.
Exactly. So that's what it is. And folks, make sure as always, you catch us on YouTube at Turn Up Mo Productions. That's Turn Up Mo Productions, as well as following us on Instagram at Welcome to My Hood Film Podcast and Twitter at Welcome WELCOM, the number 2 and Hood Film. So just check us out when we tell you about stuff that's premiering, stuff that our latest episodes, latest just facts about stuff, and so much more, man. Also follow Uni on
Uniuno, ONIUNO.
on Instagram, as well as Marv Lat on Instagram. And check us out, because we also tell you when we're doing performances and stuff of that nature as well with our show, Welcome to My Hood Films Podcast. But in the meantime, in between time, we're going to catch y'all on the next episode when we find another person who's willing to watch another hood film with us. Because it's your boy Marvel Lattimore.
Uni Francis.
Alise Morales.
And we are off this, people. Peace.